Coffee Cuties? We are back with another banger. And today we are going to be diving deep into self-discipline. So let's just hop right into it. So I'm sure at some point in all of our lives, we have struggled with self-discipline, whether that was due to trying to achieve a fitness goal, financial goal, so on and so forth. I'm sure we all can relate to attempting to try something to better ourselves and our lives in one way or another. And even more so, I'm sure that we all can relate to trying to do something to better our life and failing at it, leaving us feeling discouraged. And in today's journey, if you are trying to embark on the journey of self-discipline, it is an even worse climate than ever before due to social media, in my opinion, because it often leads to things like comparison. And then you may even feel worse about yourself because you'll be feeling like everybody else is living their best life, and why am I not being chosen to live the life of my dreams as well? And as we know as well, us as Black women, we have a whole other set of issues when it comes to trying to achieve our level of journey, our trying to just become our dream woman, basically. So we got to deal with things like rage baiting, media, propaganda, people constantly trying to tell us that we're not good enough, we're inferior, or we have some type of inferiority complexes that they project onto us, just so many things. But in this video, I am going to give some tips and tricks that I feel like I learned when it comes to self-discipline, in hopes that it will change somebody else's life as well. But before I get into the tips, I am actually going to say that it is okay to first just take a deep breath in and out and just really just pause and just silence all of the outrage, social media, rage bait, anything that may be distracting you from your goal. So when it comes to self-discipline, we are all on different levels, and that is okay. You can be a beginner on your journey, intermediate, or advanced. But wherever you fall, I just want you to try to listen to the video and just see what you can get out of it. So when it comes to self-discipline, I like to think of it as kind of like a hurdle or running a race, etc. And your current self and your best self is on the other side of the hurdle, or jumping over the hurdle like you used to do in track and field, etc. But I know that sometimes, quote unquote, jumping over the hurdle can be very scary, and it may not always feel good. I'm not even going to lie to you. But in order to achieve your goals of becoming your dream woman, etc., you have to become uncomfortable in order to reach new heights. And if you don't choose to become uncomfortable, be self-disciplined, etc., you may actually build up an even worse feeling than uncomfortability, and that is resentment, and you may be experiencing cognitive dissonance because your reality won't match how good that you know that you can be. And in my opinion, self-discipline, self-control, etc., is the key to happiness, because when you are achieving your goals, when you are taking those steps towards becoming your best self, I feel like it gives you a sense of pride and, again, a sense of happiness that you cannot achieve nowhere else. Now, I am in no way trying to say that I got it all figured out when it comes to self-discipline at all. And I'm actually going to give examples. So, for example, I love Reese's, the candy Reese's. Let me know down below if you are a Reese's girly. But anyway, I know that I love Reese's, but Reese's don't love me back. So I cannot sit up here and indulge in Reese's the way that I would like to. So I literally have to set small goals, give myself small rewards at times to not literally eat Reese's every day. Because when you have the finances, when you're thankfully in a position to be able to go to the store and buy your basic needs, then some, pay your bills and all that stuff, there's really nothing stopping you from eating the whole candy aisle, etc., besides self-discipline and self-control if you have a sugar tooth like I do. But That leads me to, again, I am taking small goals. I give myself small rewards in order to make it more of a habit not to indulge in those things every day. But that's going to lead me to my first point. And it doesn't have to be something as small as taking out candy or eating healthy, etc. It's whatever you are focusing on to become your best self. Again, there's no right or wrong answer, but first it is going to start with accepting your reality where it is through and through, an honest assessment of where you are so you can get a clear vision of where you're trying to go. I feel like that is crucial to step one. Next, I feel like it is important to really do a mental health check, a mind shift, etc., to really understand that you are worthy of all the things that your heart desires. So as we know, as Black women, as Black people, etc., we live in a society that is constantly trying to convince us we're inferior or we're undeserving, etc., and none of that is true. You absolutely deserve to live your best life. You deserve abundance, whatever you are trying to seek, you deserve to attract it. You just have to believe it. Next, I am going to talk about when it comes to self-discipline. Again, like I stated in my own personal journey, it is one step at a time. Having patience and grace with yourself, setting daily commitments, small habits, to basically become bigger habits and just become basically a lifestyle at that point. So just creating small little goals, achieving those, adding on, and then one day, again, next thing you know, it will just be part of your lifestyle. But another way to get a clear vision, to really understand what you're focused on and where you're going, is to write it down. Writing it down, in my opinion, really helps also with just the whole visualization process. And it is really good to be able to visualize where you're trying to go. Another good tip of this is to, instead of following a bunch of toxic music, a bunch of toxic people who focus on negativity all day, I would encourage you to follow people on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, etc., who are already living the life that you desire to live, so that you can see that it is achievable. Basically, it will be within your energy, within your vibration, etc. When you see somebody already living the life, you literally are getting the blueprint from somebody to be able to apply it to yourself, basically. But another key when it comes to self-control, self-discipline, etc., to become your dream self is delayed gratification. So delayed gratification is part of honoring yourself and really, again, feeling like you deserve it. So when it comes to self-discipline, again, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that it's always going to feel good at the beginning, etc. It may even be painful at first, but the reward is later. After you put the work in, after you build those habits up, you are going to benefit from the rewards of challenging yourself in order to be your best self. And next, I want to touch on it feeling safe to be content. Sometimes it can just be outright scary in order to take the leap and just try to become your best self. Sometimes literally trying can be scary, especially, again, if you don't know anyone personally or around you who are living the life that you desire. You can start saying things like, oh, I want to, but I can't. That's where that vocabulary comes in. You really have to take those doubt type words, can't, won't, unachievable, just any negative words that you can think of. You have to take those out of your vocabulary and then replace it with the opposite. Instead of can't, can. Instead of won't, will. Those are just some examples. And also, you have to, again, when it comes to journaling, another good thing to focus on when you're writing these things down is to separate reality from what is made up. So oftentimes we have a fear surrounding becoming our best self. Maybe you'll feel like, oh, I won't be relatable anymore. Oh, one of my friends don't like me when I level up, etc. Those are made up ideals and thought processes in your head. So again, writing down what is reality and what is made up fears in your head is another good way to achieve self-discipline, self-control in order to become your dream woman. But we're going to move on to the next step, and that is addressing self-sabotage. Again, addressing those made up thoughts in your mind so that you won't be internally tearing yourself down and not achieving your goals. Oftentimes you may be wondering, like, why is she getting this or why is he getting that? It could be you could be your own worst enemy, and you really have to, again, that's why it's important to sit down with your actual reality so you can get a clear vision, be honest with yourself, and that's going to lead me to my next step of trusting your intuition. And that includes being honest with yourself so you can, again, understand what is going on so you can take those small steps to achieve whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. But next, it is definitely going to take some sacrifice. So, for example, again, using my example, I like Reese's. I could just sit up and watch Netflix and eat my Reese's all day. But that's not going to do anything for my greater good. So, I have to sacrifice. Yeah, I technically could do it and I technically could be fine. But how am I going to feel after all that? How am I going to feel 6 months from now if that's how I've spent my 6 months just on the couch eating Reese's? No. You have to make some sacrifices to achieve whatever it is. It could be, again, financial, fitness, etc. It's going to require some sacrifice, but the reward will be so much greater. And another thing, it's going to require consistency. So this reminds me of the gym. So, for example, when it comes to January 1st, everybody sets that New Year's goal. Oh, I'm going to be fit. I'm going to be fit. I'm going to be fit. By March 1st, majority of the gym is gone because the consistency falls off. That's why it's important to create small daily goals that can turn into bigger goals, that can turn into habits, that can turn into consistent lifestyle changes. If you try to bite off the whole freaking more than what you could chew, then you'll probably fall off and have to start all over. Versus, again, starting small, understanding that consistency is more important than just trying to hurry up and get it all done at once. And that brings me to my last step, and that is strategy. So all of this is going to require proper strategy to get it done. So you're, again, going to have to sit down with your journal, maybe some self-help books, some meditation, some affirmations, even some therapy if you need to come up with a strategy that will work for you. Again, there's no right or wrong answer because we're all on different journeys, etc. So that's going to lead me to the conclusion. Again, reiterating that it's going to take patience with yourself because honestly, acknowledging the fact that you want to live a better life, in my opinion, is the first step to greatness. It is definitely time. It is long overdue for us as Black women to reclaim the throne as the blueprint, as the divine creation that we deserve to be placed on. Again, this is no way to take away from anybody else or try to say that nobody else can shine, but we need to be shining bright as well. We need to be shining bright as the stars above, as we know we were all created in God's image. And if you don't believe in God, whatever you believe in divinely, you can utilize that energy source. But for me personally, it is through God. And I just feel like that is another step as well. Trusting God, trusting the vision, trusting your purpose, etc. in order to just become your dream woman, your best self, etc. But I am more curious to know what you think. Have you ever struggled with self-discipline? What are your goals right now? What are you working on? Are you struggling currently with self-discipline? If not, what are some tips and tricks you use to overcome it, to just become your best self? I know it's more of a journey, so you don't never really reach this, oh, I'm just complete, because, life is a journey. So you're going to constantly grow and explore and just really want to tap into new avenues, etc. And that is the joy of life, honestly. But before I go, I want to add that my Coffee Cutie mugs are in. So be sure to cop one today on my website below. Also, I created my memberships channel where we are going to do a lot more personalized content over there. It's going to be lit over there. It's very cheap to join, so be sure to join. We're going to create a community of Coily Cuties, of Coffee Cuties, so we can basically get tips and tricks from each other, hair tips, health tips, whatever level up tips that we might not share in the comment section, we are going to share over there, because we also have a Discord over there that I would love each and every one of you to join. Also, be sure to check out the other cool things on my website. I have a Coffee Cuties journal that I utilize throughout all my videos. That would be great if you are thinking about starting your own YouTube journey. Also, I'm considering dropping t-shirts, so let me know what you think about the Coffee Cuties t-shirts as well. And also, again, I don't police the comments, so any and all comments are welcome. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn your post notifications on because we have a lot more lit videos to come. But until next time, see ya.